Audio check, audio check. Okay, thanks for hanging in there. We had some audio issues, but I think we're clear now and we should be starting here in about 5 minutes. Audio check. Audio check.
I just want to make sure all the players know that there's tables up here for you to sit at if you're not already sitting with your teams.
I think this is live. It's ready.
Welcome, welcome, Lambkins. Good evening, everyone. I just want to bring your attention for just a moment, please. I know we're all getting settled in. I'm going to make Coach whistle. So I just wanted to welcome everybody in. I am so glad to be here. I'm glad we're in a celebratory mood. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Really, I got your all attention for nothing. No, you're. I didn't turn the music on. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the boys, all of your effort. This is to celebrate you tonight. So I just want you to remember that as we go through all of this, it's because you guys have played for each other and really showed us something that I think we're all proud of. It's been an amazing season on all levels. I think that everybody, these parents, this community has been amazing. So I want to thank you for that. But to get the easy stuff out of the way, we have food from Cafe Mexicali. There's 2 different lines, so you can go to either one. The same stuff is in both. We'll just have to roll back. Don't cut your fingers on the, tell I work at personal injury, sorry. On the aluminum, when you roll them back, there's a cooler of sodas, a cooler of water, a cooler of beer. There's also some wine. So I think if we take the next half an hour, 45 minutes, everyone can eat, and then we'll start with the ceremony. Thank you so much for coming. Let's do players and coaches first. Sorry. And just one reminder for everyone as we're getting our food and settling in, we are live streaming this event to YouTube. It's open for anyone to watch, just so we all make good choices. And also, don't worry about the amount of food you're taking. We have additional hot food and cold food, just so you know. Trying to think of the most orderly way we can do this. Why don't we do everyone at a gold table can go next? It looks like the boys are coming. As the boys thin out, why don't we do gold tables? You're going to be sick of me already. I apologize. While everyone's sitting and waiting, Gino got nominated for the Blue Federal Credit Union Athlete of the Week. Those fossil people are beating us, so if you're bored, you can go out and vote on your phone right now. Go to the Coloradoan. They have a place you can vote continuously. Let's not let fossil win again.
The presentation should start around 7:30, 7:35, something like that, after everybody goes through the line. Thanks for tuning in. Those who are near and far, shout out to Brett Warman in Arizona. Thanks for tuning in. Carrie Jarrett's out there. I think Carrie's in Michigan, or she used to be anyway. Are you still there? And Caroline Hopper. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm keeping an eye on the live chat. If there's any issues that pop up during the presentation and you want to make me aware of it, that would be great. Carrie, I'm glad to hear you're still in Michigan, tuning into the Lambkins Sports Network. Glad you're here. Or if you just want to chat and give a shout out to somebody, go ahead and I'll make sure I mention it on the air as well. I'll get one in a minute. Checking the chat. Kerry Jarrett's here to watch and hear about Mr. Ben Hopper, who plays baseball and is a football star. I think he plays the whole left side of the offensive line in baseball or in football. I'm sorry. Looking forward to seeing him play in the fall. Nicole Mirup. I don't know. I probably butchered your last name. Sorry. I'll call you Nicole M. Says Sean Toger's family is watching from all over the states, so I'm sure he appreciates that as well. That's one heck of a kid and one heck of a baseball player. And Carolyn Hopper is here. She is a grandmother of Mr. Ben Hopper. I call him Mister because he's bigger and stronger and could probably crush me. So we're respectful of that young man. Thanks for tuning in. Quick hello to Sharon Jarzembowski. I'm going to hopefully say that right. She is a relative of Mr. Sean Toger, coming from Chicago, which is awesome because somebody here is a huge Bears fan, and I'm hoping they have a quarterback now. And Aunt Karen is in Texas, so thanks for joining us on the Lambkins Sports Network. We should be getting going here in a couple minutes. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chatting, and we'll be right back with hopefully a presentation or two. Thank you. Might be a couple extra minutes. Looks like the players are going to go through the line for the third and fourth time, so these guys aren't going to be missing, or they won't be going home hungry anyway. So we should be getting going here soon. But just wanted to give you a quick update. The line's dying down, and we'll see what happens next. We'll keep you informed. Thank you. take a scan around the room real quick. You can see the layout of the land here. These guys are all pretty much done eating. Oh, they're just talking trash. These guys are going. This is at least our third or fourth time through the line, at least. So I guess I could crack some jokes, but I don't know any that can be said live on the air. It's a family thing. It's a school function. I can't do that. Although I would really like to, but it won't happen.
If you want seconds and haven't had seconds, please feel free to head over, eat it all up. Not till John eats. All right, John. And if you're noticing all of the yard signs, Lisa Beatty made these for all of the varsity players. So shout out to Lisa Beatty. Don't forget to take them home so she doesn't have them.
They want to say hi.
Oh, they do?
Guys, your Aunt Carrie.
Oh. Hello, Grandma and Carrie.
If you have a chance, come say hi on YouTube. We got plenty of people watching. You stand right in the camera.
Do you know which family it is?
Yeah. Nicole, Mira. We have Aunt Sharon and Aunt Karen from Texas.
All right. What's up, Baumgartner family? Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys, and hopefully this goes well. Yeah, of course.
Good job. Quick hello out there to Mr. Lyman Beatty. Thanks for tuning in. No problem on the broadcast. Happy to do it. Thanks for keeping us safe out there while you work your shift for the fire department. I should say Lyman Beatty is Caden Beatty's father, so look forward to seeing that kid run around on the football field in the fall too.
Hello. Did that get your attention? I thought it might. I'm a musician. I like this venue, but I do not like this sound system. So I'm sorry. So we're here. We're going to celebrate our 2024 season, which is still going, right? But we're also going to talk about our community, and the community kind of goes over the 2024 season. There's old folks, there's new folks, and there's folks that come in. And so we definitely want to make sure that we recognize all the people, mostly in this room, some of them that just have other things going on, that do so much all year long to just make things happen. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Coach Beadle, and we're going to just talk about our community. We'll go back and forth a little bit.
They need a taller stand. I sat in a kind of unique position these last 2 years because I'm a coach and I'm a parent. I'm not a parent in this program, okay, but I am a parent of a couple high school kids right now. So what I really wanted to make sure that we did tonight too was thank all the parents, not just volunteers, parents of every single player in this program. Should give yourselves a hand right now. One of the reasons I say that is because you don't have a program unless you have coaches. You don't have a program unless you have players. And the only way you get players is you have parents, okay? So this program in the last 2 years, when Tag Vollen told me that I was going to be his pitching coach a little over a year and a half ago, I was really proud for one, because I knew it would be good, but a little bit on edge because I wasn't sure how much work it would be from the standpoint of will we be doing everything to make this program go? And if this year isn't proof, I don't know what is. We got to coach, and that's pretty much it. Tag does a billion things behind the scenes too, but field's taken care of, Snack Shack's taken care of, announcing, scoreboard, wherever Eric is, he's not here tonight, is he? Scoreboard's taken care of, okay? And at all levels, Game Changer. I want to say thank you really quickly to whoever does Game Changer. I know it's Don and Stu, but at the other levels, I spend most of our game days calling pitches and watching Game Changer for my sons, not our team. And so important. It's so important. And to get that, those tasks done without having to beg, without having to, walk around with your phone before every game. Is anybody going to do this? Please, please, please. We have managers. We have parents that are just willing to do that stuff. That makes a program go. And what you're seeing tonight is kind of the culmination of that. People like Chris are energy guys, push to get things done at the field, push to get this banquet moving, push to get things going forward. And Chris is an unbelievable friend and an unbelievable human when it comes to this program. He just wants to see things go well. But on the flip side of that, Chris is an unbelievable organizer from the respect of, if you don't do it, he's going to do it, and he's going to do it with such energy that you're like, okay, I better do this because that guy is just going. And it's incredible what has happened. And Chris has a list of people, and you know, Don is at every game, and Stu, every game. They're there early. They get the lineups. I know there's people like that at every level, and it's so comforting and so easy on coaches to just coach their team. And the results this year have been fantastic at all levels. Every single level was really, really good. And as a program, we've gotten stronger, we've gotten better. And I can speak as a parent now for a minute and say, it is not like this in every program. Thank you.
So it is nice. I mean, there's too many people to say thank you to, but there is a handful, more than a handful at this point. It used to be just like one person. Now there's many, and they go to everything, whether it's their kids team, whether they even have a kid here. And we just wanted to say thank you to a group of folks that have really helped the program out. So one of the biggest thing I'm super proud of is being around this place to see that we're getting a lot of pub in the building. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that most all of our games have been broadcast this year. So Navarra and Johnny, we would love it if you came up and just accepted a small gift from us. And we would love to say thank you for getting the baseball team out there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, go for it.
Biggest compliment you could give the Lambkins Sports Network is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Real quick, I won't take time, but I wanted to say that this is the first time I've had somebody help. So Navarra here is a senior at Fort Collins High School. She'll be going to Concordia in Seward, Nebraska, and her goal is to be a play-by-play baseball announcer. So hopefully we're breaking ground here for any women in sports. So good luck on your future.
Thank you. Do you want to say it? You good? Are you sure? So another thing, I don't know how many I've been around the program for a little bit, and we have two of the greatest team managers that we've ever had in Shelby and Morgan, and we really, really, really appreciate you. I know the coaches appreciate you. I know, like, we did, like, I don't know how many of you folks have ever worked in restaurants. We put out $1,826 in sales on Friday, and those ladies ran that shack that whole day, and that's work. That's work, and that's just one day. And I see you on the freaking Gator with Coach Dill. I see you guys working all the time, and we really appreciate you. So please come up and let us listen. You want the mic? You don't want your 15 seconds? Yeah. Oh, another huge one, and he's working right now. I tried to tell him, don't work, just enjoy yourself. Actually, during Friday, I saw him retrieving balls and hanging out in the dugout and enjoying himself a little bit. But Connor, so many people in this room have like, if you've gotten a picture and you've seen any of that stuff, and I know a lot of you folks take pictures, and I know a lot of you do it, and we appreciate y'all, but Connor has been at almost everything. He's here just trying to document the lives of your high school kids, and that's incredible, and I know that you are going to do incredible things. If you come on up, buddy. Appreciate you. I do want to just recognize our board. It was a board of one for a long time. As Pat Fry, it was a long time. Then it was a board of none. Then it was a board of maybe like 100 that all kind of wanted to be the board. Then it was back to board of one. Now we have a board of 4, and it really functions. And I just want to make sure we recognize. So Lyman Beatty, I hope he's watching right now. He said he was watching, but this will be the 2nd year in a row that we've moved this dang thing around, and he can't be here. And he does a lot for this program, and I just want to make sure we recognize him. Colleen Warman, Don Rozecki, and myself. There's also, if you've ever been to a board meeting, ours are not bad. They're pretty good. They go pretty quick, and we got plans. But Shar and Jean have been to most all of them. Jeff, we really appreciate you. Same thing. It's wonderful to have the people in the community giving advice and helping when we're doing stuff. And both Coach Beetleman and Coach Tag are there kind of guiding the world. So I just want to make sure we recognize our board. And another group of folks that never gets recognized, I know from my wife, Emily, is when you coach, you're away from home a lot. And I'm pretty positive if you maybe I shouldn't say this out loud because they'll all leave, but if you added up all the hours that these coaches spend doing this, they probably make about $2 an hour, and then they're not at home and stuff. So there's wives that are at home that are taking care of kids and doing other stuff, and boys, if you have some flowers for your respective team coaches' wives, I would appreciate if you brought them to them right now. Thank you. Yeah, you can say, hey, Manny, thanks for leading the charge, buddy. But so Stacy and Diana are not here, but Judy is here, Carrie is here, and Mary is here. And so if you get to see them and they're holding flowers so you can see them, you should really thank them because they are giving as much time as anybody else, whether they're taking care of kids, taking care of houses, or doing other stuff while these coaches can coach your kids. So I really, really appreciate you. So we do have 4 more people that we really want to recognize. These are people that just, like I said, they do everything. They make this place run, and it's very important to us. And the first person is the Diamond Club Baseball head chef, Scott Trineri. If you would come on up, please. If you've had food out there, you will understand. Hey, I'll tell you a story. So on Friday we had, I think, with all that money we sold, we also gave away a lot of food. We tried to make sure that everybody that's working was eating. But I think we had like 15 people from the district. So if any of you understand, I won't say battles that we've had with the district, but the relationship that we've had back and forth. The head of maintenance met me at the field today. They spent all day there. They fixed the whole infield watering system, which I bet most of you didn't think you had. Boys, you didn't have to carry around the hose ever. We could have just turned a knob and made it work. And so we made that work. Now that you guys are done playing on the field, and you seniors, I'm sorry. They also gave us a bunch of equipment, and they're helping us out with the field tomorrow. And a lot of that has to do with Scott's food. So I really want to give just a real huge thanks, because it's funny, it's thousands of dollars that they're probably giving us to them right now. I think we gave them like an $8 burger, but they really loved it. The other thing, I don't know, most of you are on the social media. Like most of these boys are trying to get to college, trying to do other stuff, and we've never had anybody in the program promote them the way that they should. And not only does Jeff do all the announcing for everything that's out there in terms of the varsity, and spent a whole bunch of time on Friday making sure that it all went right, but he also promotes these kids and brings Connor and has a different vision. It's a bigger vision for this place. I think his personality and Tag's personality match really well because it allows things to grow. And I don't think we would be here at all if it wasn't for Jeff Rubenstein. So please. And then we definitely have our heartbeat, our field maintenance, our shack person, and just the all around guru of our heartbeat, which is our home over there, and that's Gene Macarini. I can't tell you how many things this guy does, so I appreciate it. Glove repair. I could keep going. I don't know. We could be up here for an hour though. More to come. Yeah, Gene has already told me that I know Gino is graduating, and I was like waiting to see what was going to happen. I kind of knew in the back of my head. And the other day, man, I had some people. People always ask me. It's funny. I saw all kinds of people for the first time last Friday, and it was folks that I hadn't seen in either a year or 2 years, but they came out for Friday, and they're like parents of kids that maybe Chase played with, or even before that. And every single one of them looked at me and goes, "Why are you doing this? Why do you do this?" Man, all I can say is it's community, and if you have to ask why we do it, you don't get it. And I know it was funny because we were sitting out there and I was telling Gene that story because I was feeling bad. I was feeling like maybe I'm intruding or something like that. And Gene was like, "Dude, I'm gonna be standing right next to you next year." So. And then, last but not least, our last little giveaway here, we have somebody who does everything, like all this stuff. Man, I can't express to you, it wouldn't happen if Don did not run this place. And from the first pitch bash to this celebration to texting me. So all you senior parents where I'm sending you something out and you're like, "Chris, you're such a great communicator." Understand that Don's in the background going, "Did you talk to the senior parents about possibly missing graduation?" So I can't. It just wouldn't function if Dawn didn't do all the things that she did, and it's just incredible. And we need to. She's got another year here with Ben, but hopefully we get her for a little bit longer too. So Dawn, please come up.
What? Yeah, I don't have a speech for that. You guys have heard enough from me. But I would say, so I have been with the program since the summer, I think, of 2013. When I think, or 2014. So we might be at 10 years. When our older son was here, it's so funny to see Dave and Carrie here because Carrie and I rode the van together to Denver, and she would hear all about what was going on with baseball, what was going on with Ben, and we had so much in common because of Fort Collins High School. So I am proud every day of these people, you people, and our kids and these coaches. I just said to him that we are so lucky the change that came a year and a half ago. I was here the first year of the last regime. We came in the same year he did, and it is night and day. And those of you who are new will never know the difference. So you're lucky, but I don't know if you'll ever truly know how blessed we are. Really, Coach Tag. It's all of you, right? Because it's you leading the charge, changing the culture, making this team, making this run. Like, this doesn't happen without that leadership, truly. Like, the boys, you've got them to play so well. Like, I am grateful and I'm happy to do all the things that I do because I'm so happy and so grateful for you. So, thank you guys.
So we're gonna get on to some team stuff. I can't express to you enough community and what that means. I can tell you that everything that I think I've gotten in my life is from baseball, and mostly from people in this room. And you know, we're going to talk about the seniors, but I do want to talk about the culture that these guys are not just creating, but that they're passing on. And you're lucky. You're lucky to have these coaches. You're lucky to have the senior class. You're lucky to have these parents. And it doesn't happen a lot. And so when people do ask me why I do it, I'm being selfish. I just want to hang out with good people. That's all. It's all good. So I think with that, we are going to start with our players. We're going to go C team first, and we're going to do a little bit of talking, and we're going to allow the players to talk about the coaches before, so you guys get all emotional before you come up here, right? So Charlie Campbell is going to come out, and we're going to talk about Coach Mincham.
Hi. So I'm Charlie Campbell. I played on the C team with Coach Minchow, and I just wanted to take the time to recognize all that he's done. I think it's important to realize that coaching C team is probably one of the tougher jobs on this program, and I think it's important that he should be a little more recognized for it than what it is. I can definitely say that with Minchow, he's very easygoing and he's not a yeller, although at times I think there's places where he could louden his voice, I guess. But I think that's part of how he coaches, and I think it helped us get through the year as a team. But seriously, on behalf of the C team, I want to thank Coach Minchow and all the time and effort that he gave to our program. I have a couple gifts for you if you want to come up here.
Already started. Thank you.
You got to open that one.
All right. Game on. Oh, there you go. That came from the parents. That came from my game changer parents. Got a little clicker. How many pitches? All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you can stay right up here. You don't get to go away. Oh, Coach, you can come up and talk about your team now. I just wanted to give you a little gift from the booster clubs. No, well, I'll talk all night. Everybody here knows that. This is from us. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Now I just don't know what to put half my speech away with thanking everybody. Good. You want your cheat sheet, Charlie? I got a cheat sheet myself. I'm a little more prepared than last year, but I will start crying. Dawn got it started, so I was doing really good until Dawn came up. Start of my speech was what Chris and everybody just talked about the family here. And I guess the only thing we have left is to go after a state championship. I had everybody thanked what I thought I could thank and didn't want to leave anybody out. And I think we did pretty good. And I will just, I guess I'm going to say something that hasn't been said, and that's Coach Lane. Shit. Thank you for letting me take the kids. I appreciate it. And God dang it, I wasn't going to do it. I read this thing, but anyway, the freshman team did a pretty good job. We were 12-5-1. And last year, I think we were 13-4. So I think we stayed on that same path of beating most everybody in the league. So I was proud of the kids. Coming to practice every day and got some good ball players. But more, I think they're just outstanding young men. So it's pretty easy to coach. And I think I only yelled at them when I told them something 10 times and they didn't do it. So I gave them a few chances. I don't think I yelled out loud, but I think I scared them a few times. And to the parents, I'm going to thank you again for trusting me with your kids in the weight room and on the field. Your support is the reason why we are successful. And Don, you're in there too, and everybody else is in there, so I can kind of pass through that. And then Stephanie, Al, Tiffany for keeping Game Changer. Totally appreciated. Dawn for getting me set up on that. I just call her all the time and how do I do this? And how do I do that? She gets me all lined out. Okay, I guess I'm gonna give out varsity team certificates. You guys are gonna come up one at a time. And it starts with Henry. Is Henry here? He didn't come. Okay. He probably forgot it was tonight. Anyway, I was just going to I'll talk a little bit about Henry. And Henry embraced this year with changing positions from catcher to first base. And he did it with no attitude. And that's not an easy transition. But Henry's a team player. And we appreciate how he produced positive outcome for the team. And that's hard to change, but he did it. He did it with a smile. He did it with grace. And he did a great job. And he played first base. And his teammates might get a kick of this, but I do have in there, Henry also had the best lead of any teammate still in second base. And he would watch the pitchers, and he'd get just a little short lead, and then when the pitcher looked over at him, he'd take a step back, and then when the pitcher looked forward, he was halfway to second base. He was just running his butt off. And the catcher's back there and anyway, hopefully everybody recognized how Henry stole bases because it was pretty impressive. Okay, next up's number 3, Sammy. Okay, now here I'll probably get going again, but his smile might keep me from crying. But Sam kind of started out, he was going to be our shortstop. And then we ended up losing a player to JV, and Sammy got nominated to play catcher. So now he wears my old catcher's gear. So it's going to good use. So he agreed to play catcher for us and seamlessly adapted to the demands of the position. His versatility, leadership, and performance was a true asset to the team. He led the team with the highest batting average of .529, And here's something that's pretty cool. He only struck out 2 times the whole season. Number 5, Ryan. Hurry up before I start running. Gotta hurry before I start running. Good?
Yeah.
Gonna be in the weight room next year?
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay, Ryan was one of our pitchers, and his reliability at third base made him invaluable between his pitching and playing third base. Despite his competitive spirit, he does remain courteous both on and off the field, earning the respect of his teammates and others. His multifaceted skills and positive attitude undoubtedly elevate the team's performance. Ryan is a true leader. Thank you, sir. Number 7 is Jack. Is Jack here? Jack's not here? Okay, here. Jack's dedication to baseball was evident in his constant effort to help his team while striving for personal improvement in fielding and hitting. His commitment paid off when he made an incredible diving catch in right field. This was actually during a practice when everybody thought he was going to miss the ball, and hopefully you guys on JV and C remember this. And he goes, oh, he's going to miss it, he's going to miss it. And Jack ended up diving and catching the ball. And they were competing in a game, and that helped his team do a little bit better job. And then we were working on his batting and trying to keep him to stay on his back foot. In the Erie game, he ended up driving in 2 runs. So thank you, Jack. And Charlie, there we go. Number 8, Charlie. You're going to be the first one yelled at next year for making me cry in front of all these people. Good? Okay. Charlie played in our middle infield, mostly at shortstop and a little bit of second base. And he spent some good time on the mound. And he throws a lot of strikes, so that always helps because you don't want to walk people. Charlie dedicated extra time to refining his hitting skills, and I believe it totally paid off. He ended the season with a .468 average, 7 doubles, and 15 walks, and only 4 strikeouts. Thank you, Charlie, for helping your team be better. And number 9, Owen. We're gonna be in the weight room next year, early in the mornings.
Okay.
Okay? Didn't start till I come through.
Yep.
Okay. Owen is a diligent and dedicated player who seamlessly transitioned between second base and outfield. Despite his modest demeanor, his hard work and perseverance earned him more playing time on the field as the season went on. He is committed to this game and his team. It is that commitment that makes him a valuable asset and a role model for his teammates. And I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Manny, number 15. Appreciate that. You got me out of trouble, maybe. Got it? Manny's versatility on the field is unmatched as he seamlessly transitions between multiple positions: shortstop, second base, third base, left field, right field. We just about got every position, and he pitched. And I think next year his pitching is going to get way more time on the mound because he's doing a great job. He's also led the team in stolen bases. That's awesome. His refusal to quit makes him a force on the diamond, inspiring his teammates to push harder. His hunger for learning and improvement ensures that he continues to evolve as a player and makes him an invaluable asset to this team. And everybody kind of needs to pick up Manny's work ethic and move forward with that. Thank you, sir. Oh, I forgot Connor Deal. I went one number past. Connor Deal. I skipped him. He's number 10. You gonna make fun of me?
No.
Why?
Because
How many times did I yell at you? Twice?
a couple times.
Never did it again, huh?
Uh-uh.
Oh, boy. Connor played outfield for us and had a game-saving catch during the Windsor game, which we lost to Windsor last year by a run. And we'd have lost again by a run if it wasn't for Connor's play. Anyways, he was playing right field. I believe there was two people on base, second and third, actually. And the ball was hit over his head, and he was sprinting back to the fence. His eyes were about this big, and he's just looking, and he's sprinting and sprinting. And probably about 5 feet from the fence, he reaches his glove out, and the ball hits right in the top of his glove, and half the ball showing. And so it was awesome. It was the best catch ever for the season for me. And the only other catch that I think was awesome was the one against Windsor's game at the Field of Dreams there with oh geez, now here goes my brain. Who's the wrestler? He caught that one in center field. So that was pretty awesome. But that was the best catch, and he's just working on his batting to try to perfect that skill, and it's admirable. It's admirable that he can do that, and that contributed to the team's success also. So thank you, sir. No, and that was Jude's catch. I don't know if you guys remember Jude's catch in that first game you guys played. That was pretty amazing. He's going to get a couple more of those this week. So, okay, Matthew, number 17. He's going to be about 6'5". Got to start feeding him a little more. Matthew is a versatile baseball player playing right field and occasionally took the hot corner third base. He even stepped in onto the mound for a few innings a couple times this year to help his teammates keep the pitch counts down so they could get a pitch the next game too. And that I appreciated that. And about the first 4 or 5 games, this is hard to say though, Matt struggled at the plate, and I could see him getting frustrated. And when we got in the batting cages, we just started work on it, and we figured out a little problem, and the dedication and his hard work of improvement, he emerged as a dependable hitter mid-season and finished the season super strong with a few doubles and some triple and just putting the bat on the ball. And And that really helped our team compete at a higher level. And I appreciate that. 24. Hey, Jay. Okay. AJ played first base for his team and endeared himself to his teammates with his infectious personality and unwavering camaraderie. He was always cheering people on and he was just a great teammate that way. And every day he approached practice with a determination to improve his game, and his commitment to hone his hitting skills has led to noticeable strides and reflected his dedication to personal growth within the sport. And next year, you're going to be batting even better than you did at the end of the year. So, and you're going to be a good hitter, okay? Going to work. Are you going to work hard? Yeah. Good. See, that smile kind of kills you, and that doesn't. I don't cry at the smile. Thank you, AJ, for being a great teammate. 26, Lane. Come on up. You know, what's that? Lane was our starting center fielder, and he exhibited exceptional skills, both defensively and at the plate as our leadoff hitter. He also dominated on the mound, tallying the most innings pitched and strikeouts, including an impressive number of strikeouts looking. His versatility and skill set across multiple facets of the game made him an invaluable asset to our team. And yeah, he had, 15 walks and stolen bases, and he just does it all for us. Thank you, sir. '27. This is Casey. And he likes to remind me that he is the older brother of his twin, Sammy. Did I? Don't be afraid. Who's taller? Who's taller? Yeah. Is he? Damn, I got tall shoes on too. Sammy showed his versatility on the field, alternating between first and third base when Ryan was pitching, and also patrolled center field when Lane took the mound. Didn't play a lot of first base that he wanted to, but I guess he's another team player and played where he had to help the team the most. Casey also contributed as a pitcher with the second most innings, and notably, he also boasted the second best batting average and shared the distinction of the second most hits with Ryan. So they had a lot of hits. Casey emerged as one of our leaders on this team, and I noticed we had a few tough games in a row there, and he stepped up, and I didn't really have to say anything to the team. He got them going, and I appreciated that. Thank you very much. I got just a teeny bit more here. A lot of people we thanked in the start, so I didn't have to read any of that. But I didn't want to forget anybody. But lastly, Carrie and I want to kind of a big puss, I guess. Carrie and I want to again thank the Fort Collins High School baseball family for all the love and support you gave us during Carrie's cancer journey. We're hoping to be at the end of her treatments. Could be just a couple of weeks away, hopefully. And we just like continue prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. And thank you, Carrie. We really, really appreciate you very much. We're going to move on to JV. I just want to say, one of the things that Gene has done the last few years is he's made all the seniors bats. This is the first day I've seen him really close and up front. I thought mine was the coolest from last year, but these are pretty nice. So you should probably zip through. And there's also some nice collages of those folks. So if you haven't seen it, and the regional, we got our regional trophy over there. So as you're milling about later, please go check everything out. They're fun to look at. We are going to move on to our JV, and I believe Dylan Henninger would like to speak on behalf of Coach Waddell.
Hi, I'm Dylan. Good to see you guys. Waddell is one of our newest coaches. I don't know if you know, but he's been here for, I think, a mere 4 months or so. But even then, he's had a lot to teach us over the small course of the season, and he's been a great coach. When I first met Waddell, the first thing I thought was, wow, that's a cool beard. But but it turns out he had a lot to teach us during the season, including how to be a humble ball player, as well as being confident and just helping us in the real world. So thank you, Waddell. Yeah.
And then we have Coach Dill, and Evan Gassler jumped out of his shoes to talk on your behalf. So Evan, come on up, buddy.
I just want to first off thank Dill for, it was a very short season, but he definitely had us be better ball players. And I did mess with the mustache until he had to shave it because we weren't winning enough games, but it's okay. But he's definitely taught us a lot on and off the field, how to be better ball players, a lot in the infield too. Helped me with my hitting, and yeah, just made us grow overall. And thank you, Dill.
That's not funny. No.
little backstory. I hate Rocky, and the head coach for the JV Rocky team coached my summer team, so I really wanted to win that one, but no. All right, now to talk about these hooligans. First off, I want to say thank you to all the parents that hosted team dinners. They seem like a very minuscule thing, but they're actually really essential to building a team culture. And especially at the JV and C level, a lot of those guys are going to be on the varsity team together. So to build it in their freshman and sophomore year, it's already there, junior and senior, so they can achieve what Coach Lane and the rest of the coaching staff really wants them to achieve. As far as our season, it did not go exactly as we planned. We finished 500, but it is important to note that is the first non-losing JV season since 2018. And I think that really comes from the spark that Coach Lane started, and then the rest of the coaching staff, their expectations. And I think in the coming years, we're going to be a dominant program and not just dominant at the varsity level, which is even more impressive. As a team, we hit 392 or 329 math. 8 out of 12 guys were above 300, which is awesome. Our on-base percentage was 441. Our fielding percentage was 948, so that's about 1 per game, which is, I think, 3 below the national average. So at the JV level, that's pretty incredible. And that's huge with Coach Waddell working with our outfielder. And then finally, we had 116 stolen bases. So Coach Lane, you've got some speed and some smart base runners coming up. I'm excited to see that part of the offense really kickstart for the program. The first guy I'm going to talk about is Dylan Hedinger. So Hetty was our RBI leader with 15. He had about 58% quality at bat percentage, so almost 2/3 of the time he was getting on base. He also had 17 stolen bases this year, so it's a very big asset. Season highlight for him was definitely the Brighton game. He went 3 for 4 with 2 stolen bases and just drove our offense the entire game. It really helped us push past Brighton, which was actually a come from behind win. But what stands out most about Dylan is he's super impactful. Dylan is a quiet force of change whose actions speak volumes. With a humble demeanor and a heart of gold, he possesses a remarkable ability to make an impact on those around him. Dylan was voted as our junior team captain. I was excited about this challenge for him as he's generally the quiet intellectual guy in the room. So watching Dylan's analytical nature combined with the position of the voice was remarkable to observe. He has a high expectation for himself and is committed to helping others reach past their expectations. Dylan is always the one to pay attention to the details and ensure that the team comes before himself. I think Dylan's future is very bright as an individual and a leader. The next guy is Miles Brickner. So Miles was our trusty leadoff batter. He batted 354 this year with over a 500 on-base percentage. 55% quality at bats. Something we didn't expect from him was his ability to pitch on the mound. I think it was early in the season. He was like, "Can I pitch?" And I was like, "Why not?" So he actually posted a 1.4 ERA in 9.2 innings and struck out a third of the batters he faced this season. And then also had a 90% weak contact percentage. So he struck people out and they didn't get very solid hits off of him. Season highlight is definitely Prairie View. He came in off the bench, or you were at second base, and slammed the door. 2 innings, he gave up 1 hit, striking out 4 of the guys, and then he also had the base hit to start the rally in the top of the 7th to have us have a comeback win. What stands out about Miles is he's super authentic. Miles is a shining example of authenticity in a world filled with pretense and mainstream. It is refreshing to have coach someone whose authenticity not only supports himself, but extends into the relationships with others. He approaches all interactions with a curiosity and deep desire to connect on a meaningful level. Miles generates bonds full of trust, respect, and mutual understanding. In a world that leans on conformity over individuality, Miles is a perfect example of authenticity. Our next guy is Charlie Trineri. So where Charlie stood out most this year was on the mound for us. He had a sub-1 ERA in 15 innings pitched. 62% of the batters he faced were out in less than 5 pitches. And then the batting average for other teams when runners were in scoring position was a .133. So that's a good dude to have on the mound. One thing about Charlie is he's very conscientious. Charlie's an individual whose attention to detail and commitment to getting better stands out. Charlie approaches training sessions with meticulous planning and ability to create movements the coach is asking of him. He approaches the world with methodical and analytical questions to help his understanding. Charlie has focus and precision when executing his role, which enabled our team to find success. Outside of the game of baseball, Charlie possesses a genuine concern about those around him, and he takes the time to listen and offers a sense of camaraderie to those around him. Did Adrian make it? Nope. Adrian had our one home run out of the park against Severance, which was pretty cool for a PO. And then Perseverance stands out. He finished his first years of his associates as a junior in high school. So it's pretty cool. The next guy is Evan Gashler. Oh, Evan. This guy's awesome. So he led our team in triples. He had a 58% quality at bat, 15 stolen bases, 8 RBIs. On the mound, he won 83% of 1-1 counts. So he's always ahead of hitters. And then we finished the year batting .316 after the girlfriend debacle. The season highlight for him was the Severance game. He went 3 for 3 with a single, a double, and triple. So he was a home run away from the cycle. So let's get you in the gym so we can put one out. The biggest thing about Evan to know is his charisma. Evan is a type of person whose presence leaves an imprint on the world around him. His magnetic charisma effortlessly captivates the hearts and minds of all those who cross him. Evan was our team elected sophomore captain and was our outspoken leader. Evan's infectious energy comes from a place of authenticity that makes those around him feel included. Although he may be a little sarcastic, he has a genuine warmth and makes others' optimism shine to achieve more. Evan is a fiery player that puts all of his talents out in the world every time and has the expectation that everyone around him does the same. The next guy's his partner in crime, Owen Seeley. So Owen led our batting average with .407. He had 24 hits and had a 35% line drive percentage, which is very good for baseball. He led the team in doubles with 6. On the mound, he also pitched for us. He didn't give up a single run in 3 innings, only gave up 1 hit. And then 9 out of those batters he faced were out in less than 5 pitches. His highlight of the game was the home run against Prairie View. Their field is like 390 down the lines and 425. But we had a night game and we didn't start till 8 o'clock. So we were expecting to get home at, 10, 11 o'clock. So I went up to him before his first at bat and said, if you hit a home run, I'll cancel practice tomorrow. He hit a home run. The biggest thing about Owen is he's very headstrong. Owen's headstrong personality enables him to defy expectation and carve his own path in life. He has a stubborn approach to life and drives a belief in himself and his abilities. Owen reminds others to rely on their instincts and to take risks in pursuit of their dreams. Owen speaks his truth with clarity and conviction, unafraid to show vulnerability or admit when he's wrong. He has the ability to learn from his mistakes, adapt to new challenges, and emerge stronger. Owen's strong-headed nature allows him to approach life with a fun-loving attitude because he knows he'll overcome any obstacle. Next guy is Porter Park. So Porter also had a 35% line drive percentage, which is awesome. But where he really shined was on the mound. He had a 2.5 ERA in 14 innings and had a 65% first pitch strike, which if you ask our pitching coach over here, we love to start ahead. His season highlight was either the bases clearing walk-off triple against Boulder or the Prairie View game. He gave up 1 hit in 6 innings of work, which kept us in the game, which was awesome. The biggest thing about Porter is his resilience. Porter is a perfect example of an individual with resilience whose unwavering strength and unbreakable spirit has carried him through his life. His quiet resolve and steadfast determination leads Porter to face any challenge stronger and more resilient each time. It is very clear that Porter learned this trait early in life, and is noticeable that his perseverance rubs off on those around him. If there's one person that gives everything he has and goes out for every single play, it is this young man. Porter is always the first to celebrate others, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have him on the team. On to the freshman, Diego Romero. So he led our team in quality at bats at 63%. He hit 390 with an on-base percentage of 519, 33% line drive percentage, 12 stolen bases. So he was an offensive weapon for us. On the mound, he had a 4.5 ERA in 17 innings pitched, but the opponent batting average was a 279. His season highlight was the Fossil game. I think you stole, I'm not sure if you got picked off at second, but regardless, he stole third base, and he's a quiet kid. And he slides in, pops up, and screams at the dugout and hits his chest. So that was definitely one of my favorite moments of the season, to watch a quiet guy, get after it. My favorite trait about him, though, is he's very deliberate. Diego is someone whose every move is calculated with precision and purpose. His commitment to excellence involves a thorough devotion into considering the impact of his words and actions. Diego is our team-elected freshman captain, and his methodical mindset brought a great dynamic to our team. His quiet nature leaves the focus off of him, but this allows him to weigh his options and make informed decisions, so when he does speak, it holds a heavier weight. The brother, Vicente Romero. You're the tallest on the team. Vicente. He batted 311 with 51% quality at bat and 12 stolen bases. The biggest thing about him is we also had a guy move up, so we were needing a catcher, and so I looked at him and said, "You're our new catcher." But he approached it, and got after it, and we got better every game of the season. Highlight was throwing a guy out in the Prairie View game. I think he was first and second and had a double steal, and he threw the guy out at second. and that totally killed their momentum to keep us in the game. He also stole third base twice in that game, both leading to the go-ahead runs in the top of the fifth and the seventh. And he also had the RBI hit to tie the seventh. So he finally went off, and it was a good time to go off. My favorite thing about him is he's very courageous. Vicente's courage possesses bravery that lights a path for those around him. Vicente is someone who has faced adversity, but fearlessly confronts life's challenges with determination and grace. He faces each new challenge with a sense of purpose and conviction that causes change in those around him. Through his actions, courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of this. Vicente his can-do attitude makes him an individual that all coaches want to coach. What truly sets Vicente apart as a leader is his humility and empathy. He always remains grounded and always willing to listen and learn from others. Vicente embodies that being a leader isn't just about bold actions, but also compassion, collaboration, and genuine commitment to serving others. Next guy is Kincaid Crow. Kincaid led our on base percentage with 520, so 62% quality at bats. Led the team in walks with 16, which was 32% of his at bats. So a tough guy to get out. On the mound, he had a 2.67 ERA in 18 innings. Season highlight was the Monarch game. I think we were only up by like 2 runs, and we pulled him out of the pen, and he threw 3 complete innings and 32 pitches. So it is a great dude to come out of your pen in the next coming years. Thing about Kincaid is he's very exuberant. Kincaid's energy and enthusiasm is irresistible to others as it radiates optimism. His excitement is more than a reflection of outgoing personality, but a testament of appreciation for the gift of life and the possibilities it holds. In a game that is built on failure, Kincaid reminds us to approach this game with a childlike wonder and not fold to its pressures and hardships. He reminds those around them to embrace the discovery, joy, and lighthearted approach to life. Tim Baker. So Tim had a 55% quality at bat percentage. He led the team in hit by pitches with 4. He split time between JV and C just to gain some confidence and get the at bats that are necessary. So on C team, he hit 500 and had 2 home runs, which leads the program. No, Sean does. Just kidding. Just kidding. Season highlight for him was the legacy game. His first 2 at bats, he hit the ball probably 100 exit velo the first 2 times and lined out, but came back the 3rd time and finally got it over the outfielder and started a rally in the bottom of the 7th with triple. Thing about Tim is he's very dedicated. Tim's commitment to his goals and relentless work ethic enables him to approach every aspect of his life with a sense of purpose and determination. His dedication is more than just ambition. It is rooted in the sense of integrity and passion for making a difference. He approaches every task with conviction to make a difference and achieve what he has set his sights on. Despite the challenges that he faces, he always finds the strength and motivation of commitment to his goals. It is inspiring to those around him by displaying the power of hard work, perseverance, and determination of achieving success. The last one, Nico Aragon. So if you didn't know already, we're related. But he hit 316 this year, had 60% quality at bats. His on-base percentage was 500. So he definitely was very big for us offensive. He was steady the whole season, which is awesome. On the mound, he had 60% first pitch strike. 60% of the batters he faced were out in less than 5 pitches, and then had a 71% weak contact rate. So he really helped us on the mound this year. His highlight was definitely the Boulder game. He threw 6 innings, giving up 1 run, and 17 out of the 24 batters were out in less than 5 pitches, only giving up 3 hits. So he was on it that day. My absolute favorite thing about this kid is he's very stoic, which isn't common in the Aragon household. So Nico is someone whose quiet strength and composure masks the depth of his character. Nico approaches life with a calm and collected presence that remains unwaverable through the ups and downs of life. Nico is one of my favorite types of baseball players, as you're not able to see how good or bad he's playing in a game. His unchangeable demeanor enables him to approach each situation with a level head. Nico's quiet acceptance and commitment to living by his values enables him to have an elite sense of wisdom. His level-head approach promotes a knowledgeable response to life's challenges. Well, that's all from me. But JV team.
Does everybody have a beer? Just checking. We can all go grab one real quick. We're gonna move on to our varsity team. The first person, oh wait, I did tell the boys they could get something to drink. We'll take a minute. Take a little break. 7th inning stretch. Ooh. So I don't know. Most everybody here should know Coach Alex Gonzalez. He's not here. He is saving people or protecting people. He's a firefighter in Loveland, and we miss him. Hopefully, he's watching. But Max Bronson would like to talk on his behalf. So we'll have Max come up.
All right. Well, I know Gonz isn't here right now, but I just wanted to talk about how much we appreciate him. He's a coach that we can joke around with a lot, but obviously when it comes game time, he's always making sure that we're locked in and ready to go. And that's something that I think has really helped us, is how much he focuses on the mental side of the game as well as the physical. And so whether he's out there fighting fires or coaching with us, I just wanted to know that we appreciate him a lot. So thank you.
Gino Macarini is going to speak on behalf of Coach Moran.
Alrighty, so Moran, I've known you since beginning of last summer when I came to some of the summer practices. I can speak for the whole team. We all love you so much. You are always bringing a positive attitude with us no matter what. Big wins, sad losses. We know you will always have our backs no matter what. I've learned third from you. You've helped me learn how to play that position. I can't thank you enough, and all the guys really appreciate you as our coach, and you make us laugh. You make Coy laugh the most. You and Coy mess around all the time, but we're so thankful for all you do for us.
Is there a Jude Miller in the house? He would like to speak on behalf of Coach Beadle.
Hey, I'm here to talk about Coach Beetleman and what he means to us. He's been here since 2 years ago, and very knowledgeable guy, knows a lot about the game. Helps me a lot with pitching, he tells me to throw a lot of fastballs, and I do that. That's all I can do. We have lots of fun with them. And now I'm going to recite a poem. Beetleman. Beetle man. A beetle is a bug. You are a man. The man.
So we do have one more coach. He's important to our program, and Mr. Sean Toger would like to speak on his behalf.
All right, so I mean, I don't have any sweet poems like that one, but I want to thank all our coaches. You guys all mean a lot to this program, and but I don't think any of you guys would be here if it wasn't for Coach Lane. Coach Lane, he's changed this program into just something really special. And like you guys back here, these young guys, man, you guys are gonna have a really, really special few years here, man. Because I mean, all these seniors here, we all had a different coach for 2 years, and it wasn't. This program was nothing like it is now. I mean, we didn't have like we have the best coaching staff in the state, and I'm not afraid to tell that to anybody. So I mean, I'm not very good at this. But Coach Lane, I mean, our practices are so organized, man. Nobody was used to that. I mean, everything's organized. I mean, I just go to practice when I was a freshman and take BP and go home. Sometimes play fungo golf. I don't even know. But these guys have gotten so much better. And I mean, people will talk about our team and say, "Oh, they'll be all right." I mean, look where we're at right now. It's just it all started with all of you guys, and you're one hell of a coach. So, yeah. So, we have some gifts for Coach Lane. Hopefully, the moms don't get mad about these. So we have stories. We have 2 gifts. We have stories behind them. We all went to Buffalo Wild Wings and cooked this up. We sent it to them over there. But so we heard Coach talking to Coach Gons about how he used to smoke cigars with his dad all the time, and all the guys were sitting in the dugout laughing, and we were talking about how the only cigars that we could get our hands on are those Swisher Sweet things. And he goes, "Man, those aren't cigars; those are freaking cigarettes." So we got you some Swisher Sweet cigars. And then we like to listen to reggae. Our team. It's got nothing to do with what our state, but so Coach said, "Turn that crap off." Just because you live in Colorado doesn't mean you got to listen to that crap. So we got him Bob Marley album. It's great music, by the way.
I told him I'd take the Marley
I just
record.
want to say, Mary's parents are hippies. Have any idea where this is going? It's going back to Casper.
You're right here, Coach. Hey, Coach. We got you. All right, so it is time to do some recognition for a lot of folks, but I think Coach Moran, would you like to say a few words?
It's my turn to give this stuff out.
It is yours, I think. I do believe that.
Okay, everybody, I got some awards for our people who work really hard behind the scenes and do a lot of stuff that we either can't do or won't do or don't want to do. So they do it for us. Shelby, come on up here, please. I got some stuff for you. Stay here for me, Shelby. That's a letter. This is an academic first team All-State. Oh, this morning's? That's what I mean. Thank you, Shelby. Okay, Morgan, if you'd come up here, please. Okay, so Morgan's got the same stuff here, plus her letter. So she's also a academic all-state first team. That's Diane. And this is Morgan's letter. Thank you, Morgan. Okay, and next is Navarra. Come on up here, Navarra. So Navarra's really behind the scenes up in the press box and video, but she gets the same stuff. Once again, academic all-state first team and her varsity letter. So give these ladies a big hand for all that they do for us, please. Okay, our last one is Connor. Connor is the last one I got, I think. Okay, now Connor, I know a little bit better than the girls because she's down there with us. Okay, see, I knew I'd mess this up. Navarre, you get this too. Shelby, you get that too. You're welcome. Okay, Connor, here we go. There's your varsity letter. Another academic all-state. Connor's letter. And Connor's a guy that, I got to know a lot better as the season went on because he's down there in the dugout, and you've all seen his work on the band, and it's really impressive. And You know, the dugout's kind of a sacred place for us that if you're not one of us, we really don't want you down there. I'm not trying to be mean. That's just the way it is. But Connor, we want you down there. So we need you down there. So thanks for all your help, all four of you.
Coach Biederman, would you like to say a few words?
I feel like I need a poem now. I just want to say a couple things about the pitching staff on every team, not just the varsity team. I spend most of my time with the varsity guys, and there's 7 of them that have gotten some innings this year, and what we accomplished was incredible. We walked less than 50 batters for the entire season, which is unbelievable, and it's one of the reasons that we have the record that we have some of the stats we have for the varsity guys, and the testament to Coach Moran and Coach Lane and Coach Gons. They do more of the defensive side of things. We fielded 955 as a team. If that isn't a pitcher's friend, I don't know what is. Okay, so congratulations on all that. The biggest thing I want to say about the varsity pitching staff is they really are, and it's very, very rare at the high school level. They really, truly are a staff. There's a role for each of them. It's not always the one they want, and that's really hard. It's a short season. 7-inning games are lightning quick in baseball, and it's hard to find guys what they deserve. And they have to accept roles sometimes that mean that maybe you don't have as many innings as other guys, but boy, if there's a position on the baseball field that gets hotter than the top of that pitching mound, I don't know where it is. And it can happen in any game when the ball comes to you, but there's only one spot where it's in your glove every single time, and that's on the mound, and that's hard. And so I try to help them understand, that aspect of things, and they've embraced everything that we've worked on with them, and it's been, the stats speak for themselves. I think we had a 2.2 team ERA. We had a batting average against of like 225. Ridiculous, just ridiculous. So really, really good stuff from them. At the JV and C level, it's even harder to give guys what they deserve because they're still developing. And if you could give everybody 30, 40 innings, you would probably have, a really robust staff that would get to the varsity, and we don't have enough innings for them. So that's a difficult thing for Coach Dill and Coach Minchow to navigate. I'm really, really happy to say that every single team, every level, had at least 6 to 8 extremely viable pitchers. And that's a testament to those guys, and that's a testament to our program and where we put the emphasis. And Coach Lane put a big emphasis there. And I'm a huge pitching nerd. Nate Dill found that out in December. He had to go to a seminar with me, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is mind-bending." And it's the truth, though. Like, if we put the emphasis in those things, those are things that every program needs is multiples of that position, and we have it. We're building more of it, and that's a testament to Coach Lane and how he builds his program. And I can't thank everybody enough for giving me the opportunity to do that, because I am a huge pitching nerd, and I would love nothing more than to just keep building this staff and building it and building it. So congratulations to everybody. Thank you to everybody again. When we get to this summer, there will be more innings. I promise. We'll get you more throwing, more innings, yeah, we'll just keep moving forward, because this future is really, really bright with the guys that we have, as Coach Dill and Coach Minchow mentioned. a lot of guys. The last thing I will say is when it comes to the pitching side of things, I think the biggest thing is keeping guys healthy. That's the hardest thing to do in baseball, even up to the big league level, is keeping pitchers healthy. And at this age, it's extremely important that they stay healthy. I'm very, very happy, at least as far as I know, to report we have had 0 arm issues so far this year. And it really speaks to how these guys go about their business and the study and the time that we put towards it and the habits that we try to build with them. And man, I can't wait to keep going and keep building this staff. So thank you to Coach Lane for allowing me that and giving me that little niche in this program, because I love it. And man, how about Jude Miller? Let's see the chain and I mean, that's a side of you I've never seen. I love it. Love it. It's good stuff. I hope everybody can follow us here for the rest of the season. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be one heck of a run. So thank you.
All right. So the last coach, I'd like everybody to give a very huge round of applause for. Before you do, I just want you to understand that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So Coach Lane, if you come up and say a few words on your behalf.
Thank you. Thank you. It all starts with all of you. And many years ago, as I was building the program, Cheyenne Post 6 program, we were trying to raise money to get a new field. And we were bringing in speakers. We brought in Steve McLean. And that memory popped into my head tonight after Steve McLean was basketball coach for the Cowboys, which I know doesn't mean anything here. But after we got done with the banquet, he came up to me and he said, "Boy, you really thanked your assistant coaches and gave them a lot of credit. You thanked everybody and gave them a lot of credit. I'd be careful doing that. That's not really what you want to do. You want to take the credit." Well, he was shortly thereafter fired. And I thought, you know what? I think I will continue to do what I do, which is Don, a parent, Chris, a parent, Jeff, unbelievable what you've done. And I've asked, but I know I've asked you guys to do stuff that you're really good at. And you're way better at it than me. And my coaching staff and the players and the leadership and the speeches that you guys give to start the year and the parents and the school. We build a program. My wife and I were talking. I interviewed for a position at the school. I don't know the result, and I don't know what'll come of that, but we were talking about one of the questions I might be asked is the difference between equity and equality. And sure enough, it was a question. And we just had a discussion about it, really, as much as anything, that equity is about giving everyone what they need. Not everybody the same thing, but what they need to be successful. And so when I look around this room and I see the progress we're making, I don't take credit for anything other than trying to enable you all to do everything you can to make the program great. And that's why we're heading to the state tournament next week. So I want to tell you that when it comes to hiring coaches and these guys that I have and their families, I really look for two basic things: love of baseball and knowledge and know-how. Okay, I've got an incredible, I'm going to start with a young coach in Alex Gonzalez. I wanted to hire somebody who could relate to the players, who had just gotten out of the game, that had that energy, the fire to be a Division I, a Division II baseball player that could model that. And he has done that very well. At times, I'd like him to stay in the dugout a little bit more. But his passion is there for a reason. You know, I wanted to hire Nathan because I wanted a young guy who had gone through this school, played at a high level, and could model that for his players. And then you have Curtis, obviously, and Stacy, his wife, Mark and Diana, Dave and Carrie, Bill and Judy. All of these coaches have these two characteristics. They have the knowledge and the know-how to coach baseball and a love for the game of baseball, okay? And number two, I want them to have the love and respect of kids and helping them along their journey. And you can see how much love that they have for your young men that are growing up. So thank you to the coaches and their families. I also tonight want to say a special thank you to Keith Aragon. I know what it's like to be coming to the end of my career in a place that I'd spent a lot of time. And, you know, what I have found, and I hope you'll find, is that after you retire this year, you're a legend of this school and of the program. I've watched you in your PE class, working with every single kid, teaching them lessons like picking up their watch when they leave it and letting them search for a little while. And then with a smile say, I think I know where that is. It's in my pocket. Maybe you want to take it with you. Okay? But teaching his lessons the way that he does, the kids gravitate to him. But I hope you will know this, which I'm not sure I knew when I retired a couple years ago. Life is going to get so much better, and there's so much in front of you. I hope you have a wonderful retirement. If you want to be back on the staff, you have those two qualities that I look for. You love the game and you know how to coach it, and you love kids. And we appreciate you as you retire at the end of the year. So thank you. And with that, I have a 3-year-old at home, so good night. I'm just kidding. We have Grandma and Grandpa. They're getting that album I told you about. We have Grandma and Grandpa in tonight. Tarkin turns 3 tomorrow. So he officially gets kicked out of daycare tomorrow. We've been trying to potty train as fast and hard as we possibly can, and he's stubborn. But we have grandparents. My parents are staying at the Marriott down the street, and my in-laws are at the house. And we have another set of grandparents coming in from Casper this week. So we've got family. And I've got a one-track mind right now as we try to finalize this season. There's been 2 Sundays in a row where there's been tears in our house because of my inability to multitask and be focused with one attitude on what we're going forward with. So for all the wives, Mary understands, honey, I love you. We have 2 more Sundays like that. But I promise that the one after this Sunday is going to be a celebration, no Swisher Sweets. And all of you are welcome at my house that night. I've told the guys, and I want to repeat this as we do a bunch of awards tonight. and we talk about accomplishments. If they're satisfied, guys, if you're satisfied, go get your gear and bring it, and let's turn it in and call it a great year. Don't be satisfied. We got a whole lot more left to do, and we are going to get it done. What a year. What a year. But everything that we have worked for, everything that we have dreamed about is in front of us. And for you young guys that have come up already, I hope you will take a look at some of these guys and that are coming up today. Take a look at this coaching staff. Take a look at your classmates and decide you want to be great. Decide you want to be a part of something special. For you guys, you players, you young players that have come up, looking for guys that are going to be coachable, that want to work really hard, and that want to dream really big. Okay? Because everything you want to accomplish, you can. And we will give you everything, not just the coaches, this room, this community that we have. We'll give you everything we have to help you achieve your dreams. So keep dreaming big, guys. Thanks for the young guys. Now, I want to, just to get everyone moving a little bit, I'd like Oliver, Dylan, Max, Caden, Van, Ben, and Gino to come up, please. Got nothing to hand you. Come up. Right here. Right across here. Now, they have said we're not announcing any of this stuff, but you know what? We're announcing it here in this room. Okay? I felt like the all conference and our Front Range League meetings did not go the way they should have gone, because I felt like we had nothing but first teamers on our team. But there's 16 teams in the biggest league in the state, and the best league in the state. We look at the 8 teams in the state tournament, we played 4 of them. And there's only so much recognition to go around. But when you got sophomores like Oliver, Van, like Caden, like Dylan here, that get this kind of recognition, it's pretty special. Gino, if they gave an MVP to the tournament last weekend, how about Gino? Does he not win that? Max demonstrates, and we're in the middle of texting tonight, Keith and I, and with Colorado School of Mines baseball coach. Max, how about an Ironman award for, Jeff, you're an Ironman, right? How about an Ironman award for, hey, you're catching. How about strip the gear off and pitch? How about strip the gear back on and catch and go to first base and go do this and go do that and every job. And then probably his biggest hit of the year, a triple in a big game, a big situation to help us win. How about Max? And Ben Hopper has been really basically, I would say, an assistant coach next to Coach Moran all season long. I mean, he basically catches up fungos all day long, but he also goes to the plate every single game. And what an absolute awesome year he had, hitting 322 and really striking the ball well, competing tough. These gentlemen here were all Front Range League honorable mention. So give them a hand. All right, guys, you can go back. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now I would like to have Nathan and Jude come up. Like I said, these awards have not been produced yet because this has not been, you guys aren't going to tell anybody. You're not streaming this, right? I'm kidding. Standing right here. We're going to decide to do it. And you're looking fly, boy. All right. So these two guys have had unbelievable years. Nathan led our team in fielding percentage and assists. You know, this is a guy that just gets every single bit of himself out of every pitch in a baseball game. He was actually sitting in the interview room when I interviewed, and I thought, boy, I hope they've got some bigger guys than that. But now he's standing here and makes Jude look small. When I was thinking about whether I put my name in for the job, I asked a friend of mine who's a coach at another place, and he said, well, you've got two really good pitchers. I know that if you took that job. One's a lefty, and that was Jude. But what I really found out about Jude is what an incredible center fielder he is. What an outstanding hitter he is. Right-handed hitter, which surprises me. Left, and I was actually a left thrower and a right-handed hitter too. Man, he has put together one heck of a year. And we talk about his numbers, fully deserving of first team. But like I said, I don't think we were treated exactly the way we should be, but this is about our team, and we're going to go in with the chip on our shoulder and prove to people who we really are. But these two guys, second team, Front Range League, all conference. And now I'd like Sean to come up. You know, I've had some great players over the years, and I've obviously had one that's a big leaguer, and I've had great teams. Stand right here. And I've had a lot of great leaders, and I've had great players that were resented, you know, just a little bit underneath, or that kids were jealous of, maybe just a little, or maybe a lot. And he has done something incredibly special as a player to be one of many and not one that stands by himself. And that is true greatness. That's a special type of leader. He was the unanimous captain for our team last year as a junior. And really, he wanted to share that honor with his team. He didn't want it. And it really was me that named him and Jude captains this year. But it was six seniors that, man, I could not love anymore and could not respect anymore. So basically, it was an obvious first team all conference. I wanted him to be considered for player of the year. There were a few other coaches that wanted guys considered for player of the year, and the debate kind of started, and people were putting in who they thought it should be, their guy, this guy, that guy, this is my guy shouldn't. Okay. So after I got done speaking, I said, now what we really need to find out is, hey, Loveland, How do you feel about who should be player of the year? Because he walked up and hit a grand slam in the 7th off your best pitcher, right? And he's like, you got a good point, coach. I said, hey, Rocky, how do you feel about it? What, did he strike out 15 of your dudes? He said, no, it was 16. And I said, I think it's time to vote for player of the year because this is a very special two-way player, pitcher, hitter, defender. Basically, you can't vote for your own guy. So he wasn't unanimous. I abstained. Wouldn't vote for anybody. But this right here, fellas, is the Front Range League Player of the Year. Okay, now I'm gonna go quick. I know we've been here a long time. I'm gonna go pretty quick, and then we have some additional awards at the end of the night. But I want to bring up our varsity team, and I'll have you guys kind of stand across here, and then my coaches can shake your hands, and I'll talk about you really quick. Dylan Hedinger, Griffin Campion, Coy Preby, Van Warman, Oliver Stanovich, Caden Sodders, come on up in this order, Dylan Rubenstein, Caden Beatty, Ben Hopper, and our seniors, Max Bronson, Matt Iverson, move down just a little bit more. Keep moving. Matthew Iverson, Gino Macarini, Jude Miller, Nathan Snyder, Sean Toger. There you go, Ben. Hold on to that. These young men are 21-4. They hosted a regional for the first time in most people's memories. I think I heard it went back to Coach Deal, and they won Region 7 right here at home. So congratulations, what a year. Okay, I'm going to say a few things about these guys, and then I'm going to hold the seniors after I get down to here. We stop at the seniors, and then you guys can sit down, so I know you want to. So Dylan Hedinger. Dylan is a young man we saw in the summer really start to develop. Last year, he was a baseball track guy. This year, he's been all baseball, and he's making a big jump. But he was added to our team. There was absolutely no question that we wanted him because of the student he is. He's AP. He is brilliant in the school. His maturity, off the charts. His ability to think the game and to bring something to the team made him somebody we had to have, and we've got him for the rest of the year. So that's Dylan Hedinger. Next to him is Griffin Campion. Griffin is literally one of the classiest dudes in our school, period. I actually was watching the football season banquet at home on this network. So, and I saw he got an award there, and JV Player of the Year. And the more I got to know him, the more I knew this guy was absolutely the mindset. You know, it's not just about physical. It's not just about age. You know, if you're a winner, if you got the mindset to be on a varsity championship team, then we need you. We need you. And he really sacrificed a lot because this is a guy that's used to playing every single day. And his future is going to be 100 at-bat years. And he sacrificed a lot to be on our team and to make sure that he carried us along. He was the first guy to get every foul ball. He always was ready. He jumps into the bullpen and catches every pin he can. He's been moved to shortstop, third base, first base today, and he kept working. And when the time was right, I put him in a desperate situation, really, and he put together a 10 at-bat walk versus Loveland, which then continued to spur our rally that ended in a victory. But I hand a lot of the credit to him and what he did in that at bat. He also then was called on this weekend when Oliver suffered a concussion. He had to really step up. And it was because he had been there battling, working, growing, getting better, done it with class, been grateful for the opportunity, keep a positive attitude, have a grateful heart, learn from your teammates, share what you know. And there he is, ready to go. And we really didn't miss a beat. And that's Griffin Campion. Coy. So Coy, another tough, smart, and all-around great baseball player. I was able to start seeing him play a little bit more in the fall and watch him play against higher level competition. He's a pitcher that can make a pitch in any count, and he can throw his fastball, breaking ball, curveball in any count. And I think the biggest thing he learned this year as a guy who throws 81, 82, and we're seeing a lot of guys that were throwing 89 to 92. I think the biggest thing he learned was to rely on his fastball, get after it with your fastball and let it work, because it makes everything else better. So that's a confidence thing that he's learned. And he pitched great this weekend, and you're going to see him pitch great in the coming weeks, and his future is really bright. He's a guy that we love to have in our dugout, and that's another big part of what he brings. And he also had a big moment with the walk-off base hit against Dakota Ridge. It kind of started us winning close games, whatever that is, first, second, third game of the year. And it was, you set the tone, and then we just kept doing it all year long. So great job, Coy Preby. All right, next to him, we have Van Warman. And Van is a gifted, physical, and talented player. But the biggest thing that I noticed about him this year is what a meticulous worker he is. And he learned exactly what we wanted pitchers to do. And he dedicated himself to playing catch, or the most basic element. And he worked at it diligently over and over again. And he was at it again today. It doesn't matter, rain or shine, good weekend, good outing, or whatever. I would say bad, but he only had one bad one. It was the first one. And you worry a little bit like, oh, how's this young kid going to handle that? Well, he just got to work. He just got to work. And that is, that's a testament to the way that he was raised. And it's a testament to the type of character that he has. His Arvada West outing was shaky, but the year ended in our last game. We had to have it to host. And he's out there closing the game against a good 4A team on the road that also won their regional and hosts. And I told him after the game, don't get so jazzed up. He was ready to, go punch a hitter in the face, maybe. And the kid was shaking his head at him, and he was shaking his head back at him. And it's just stay calm and focus on your next pitch. Well, I later found out that his dad was leaving that day for a job in Arizona, and he wasn't going to see him for a while. And he was emotional that day. And I had no idea really what he was going through. But I know that this kid can handle anything the way he handled that situation. Really proud of you, man. Good job. I'll tell you, Oliver's a sophomore. The next guy, he's like a team captain as a sophomore, second-year guy, and he acts like he's in charge. He'll tell me what to do if he needs to. And he runs our pitchers, older guys. They love to throw to him. He is so athletic and gifted behind the plate, and he makes their job very easy, seamless, smart. He's ready. He listens. He's ready to go. By the way, we relay our calls in to, I don't know if you've seen our catchers with the little earpiece. When he went down this weekend, I mean, we didn't know what to do, so he just set every catcher up. Here, do this. He just makes it seamless and so easy. But the thing that I've been so impressed with is the way that he's grown offensively, because he's a work first person. And you know that comes from his mom and dad who raised him right. He is get to work, and he was ready to go to work today. Now, he got a concussion, so he didn't get cleared, and we didn't catch him last week. And I said, make sure you take care of yourself this weekend, come back ready to go. So he went fishing with these guys. He came back with a scar on his chin. So I don't know. He might not be the smartest guy. So I may have to take some of that back. But he hit 324. He only struck out 6 times all year. Young sophomore. And this kid has, we've hit him everywhere in the lineup. And I started hitting him behind Sean a little bit at times this year just because I knew he was going to get walked and this guy was going to get it in play. Put the pressure back on the defense, and then he can run like a deer. And so what a special young man. We're really lucky to have him. So there's Oliver Stanovich. It's crazy that we're not quite through the sophomores. That'll tell you how good these young players are. But the next one's Caden Sodders. Really didn't get to see much of Caden except for what I saw, a few of the glimpses as a JV player. And I just don't get to see the JV play enough. But I saw him a little bit, and I watched him play football. And I saw what he was out there doing. And he's a fearless linebacker. He got his first varsity experience as a freshman in lettered. He got 1 at bat. 1. We had a senior that said, hey, I can't make it next week. We got rain or pushed back, not going to the regional. That's where this program was at the time. Never mind. And I asked him, will you come? He said, I'll go. So here we go. Here's the uniform. Tomorrow, show up at the regional. Okay? And he did. They let us practice actually on Sunday. I think that was his first practice. I put him in with 2 outs and nobody on, down 4-3 against one of the best pitchers in the state. And I actually said to Curtis, dude, I want to hit him, but do you think, is that fair to him? And he goes, it don't matter. He's the best option. So we put him up there. And sure enough, he got a base hit. And I knew at that point in time that there was going to be something special in him. These are the kind of moments that these young guys have continued to deliver, and just a little glimpse of what kind of clutch players they are. Then he turns around this year. We move him into left field, and he does a very good job in left field. But I said to him about a week ago, dude, when I look down there and I see you in the box, it is, I mean, I'm not frightened, but that dugout is frightened. I mean, this is a physical, aggressive, intense young man. Your future, you're a good football player. Your future is in the game of baseball, and you have an incredibly bright future. And I'm excited to see what we can do with you. Second in the team, on the team in RBIs this year. So great job, Caden Sodders. Next, we have Dylan Rubenstein. Dylan is a second-year starter, but we asked him to probably make the toughest transition I've ever asked a player to make, from starting catcher to starting shortstop. And we knew just from drill work that he profiles great there. There's a skill set there. All the work he's done with his glove work, his footwork, his quickness, and his plus arm, I felt like there was a chance. I asked my son in the fall, could you try to put your arm around him and teach him? And Ty believes you're the best shortstop, young shortstop in this Front Range, here to Denver, here to Albuquerque, you name it. But that's a huge and a difficult task to try to play short. You're covering a lot of space. You got to have the arm. You got to have the glove. You got to catch everything clean in order to be good at it. We had a guy never mind. But we've got a guy this year that makes every play. And he's just barely scratching the surface. The play he made, if you saw in the regional, was probably the most excited I've seen him, because it was an unbelievable play in a clutch situation. Backhand 6-hole play with the absolute cannon across the diamond to get the out. But it doesn't stop there with him. He is sit in the 3, 4, or 5 spot in our order for 2 years. He's just scratching the surface with that. I thought he had one. Thought you had one. Right? A wall scraper was wrong side of the wall that it scraped. But you hammered one, and the little bit of a cross breeze, a little bit of a breeze in at that time. But he hit some balls out in the fall that just were eye-popping, and it's coming. It's coming. His greatness is there, and I'm only sad to see the blonde hair go. But Dylan Rubenstein, one heck of a shortstop. All right, Caden Beatty. So Caden is probably the hardest worker on our team. He is the strongest guy on our team, but he is, and he's looking at, is that okay with Sean? But he knows if it put weight for the legs, I think he probably wins. But he's an incredible worker, and he's diligent. He's been asked to do a lot of different things. He doesn't know this yet, but we might turn him into a third baseman or first baseman, because coach said it looks great when I'm hitting him ground balls. But he's played in the outfield. He's pitched, and his stuff, I see him as a #1 frontline guy when he gets it all together, because his stuff is college level stuff, and we're just trying to continue to bring him along and trust him and have him learn to trust himself. But he is by far the best dugout guy I have ever had. He's unbelievable. And I've asked him, turn that into the same kind of cheerleader for yourself. Be that guy for yourself. Don't just be that for everybody else, because he is something special, and we're lucky to have him. A great job this year. Good job, Caden Beatty. All right, now I want to talk about Ben Hopper. Big Ben here. He had his struggles. I'm back here. He had his struggles with his emotions, I thought, most of all. Talent was there. Last year as a sophomore, as he's growing up, he wanted results. If he didn't get them, you weren't sure if the dugout was going to come down with the headbutt, maybe. He's an absolute monster. And there's no question that he's going to have some options to play football or baseball in college. I hope it's baseball, because you see a guy here that, the team kind of lines up to watch him take BP, because, you've seen him in games. Probably as good a ball as he struck all year. They called foul, which was fair against Pooter, by the way. But but when he strikes it, it's something to behold. And he swings hard, and he's made great contact. He was 2 for 4 at the regional, just like his normal, usual self. And we run for him. He's the DH. We run for him. He plays every game. He comes out and goes, "It's good." I said, "We're going to re-enter you." "Sounds good. I'll re-enter." So he re-enters. He gets taken out. Really doesn't change anything about him. But the thing I'm most proud of is the way that you have learned to keep your cool and to give yourself a little grace. In addition to that, one little side note on Ben. I'm not sure if I know this, but this guy has got more jokes under his breath than any guy in the dugout. It's nonstop with this guy. It is like his outbursts last year were not subtle at all, but his humor is, and he keeps the team laughing. So great job. You guys can go sit down. Good job, Ben Hopper. Here, I'll take it. Now scoot down. Okay, I want to talk about these seniors. I'll try not to go on too much here. I've talked a little bit about them already, but this group right here of seniors, these guys right here, man, we are going to miss you. Give us something to remember forever. And that's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. There's only 6 of them. And we go play all these teams that have like 40 guys in the dugout. And I will go into the alley with these 6 against any of those teams any day of the week. These guys are battlers. They're tough dudes. And man, they are the most selfless bunch that I've ever seen. I want to start with Max. Max is the most dedicated and diligent and devoted athlete I've ever seen in my life. Keith told me, he was in his weights class, "Hey, I got this guy who's in a brace." First meeting, he was in a brace. He's had his knees dislocated twice. I found out, Frank, you didn't tell me, he dislocated his knee again, the hockey coach said. But it doesn't matter. He rehabs, he comes back. Apparently, he's made out of rubber. But he can catch, he can play first, he can play third, he can play in the outfield. And this year, he's become one of the best pitchers in the Front Range League, period. And we love having him out there, just an absolute strike throwing machine and competitor. So he is special. And he's, man, he's probably too quiet. But I finally got it out of him that he is, going to go to Colorado School of Mines. And I'm going to tell you, this man is one of the smartest kids I've ever seen. He's one of the most diligent athletes I've ever coached. He is determined. And I thought what he did as we lost Ollie to go back behind the plate and catch Sean, and then catch Pitt and take your gear off and Pitt and go do that. He doesn't blink. I asked him today, "Do you think you could do that again?" And he said, "Yeah, I do. If I could you give me like a little bit of a break so I can catch my breath?" Man, you're special, Max. And thanks for last year playing on one leg and this year taking on every role that we need. You've been special. Thank you. Matt Iverson is Mr. Steady on our team. First time I saw him do an outfield drill, you could just see what a great outfielder he was. But he's Mr. Steady, and he's got great range. But I think the biggest compliment I can give him, and this is the absolute truth, he is a security blanket for our pitching staff being out there. He offers them great comfort. And the ball is, our pitchers get after it a little bit, a lot of action in right field, and he's done a tremendous job. He's really not had the opportunity to hit, but he's taken his role to the absolute ultimate level that you can. And we need him on the field. We need him on our team. And his future is going to be going to Colorado Mesa and playing golf. But in the meantime, he's going to be an outfielder on a great baseball team and hopefully a state championship team. So, Matt, great job. All right, next is Gino. Gino is truly our heartbeat, and he is a guy who just gives everything he can to help his teammate. He just looks for those opportunities, a little bit like Caden Beatty, in that he needs to sometimes pat himself on the back or give himself a little bit of grace, but he's always there to give his teammates. And man, he had an incredible weekend this past weekend. One of the umpires said, "Man, your third baseman has a plus arm." And very, very true. I mean, this guy has a cannon. He could catch. He could play anywhere in the infield. He can hit. He's got lightning in his hands. I think Coach Minchow said, "How about that ball he hit off of the 8 on the 385 sign?" Gino has been asked a lot, and he'll continue his baseball career at Concordia University in Nebraska. And we're going to get the most out of him. He is the best, by the way, field prep guy. So he got that from his dad, who's his hero and mine. Gene, thank you. But I just wish I had more time with you guys. But thanks for the 2 years you've given Gino. Very special. That's Gino Macarini. Okay, Jude Miller. So Jude has probably put on as good a center field season, and you can go back, Don, and you probably know since Colby Shade ran out there and tracked down balls. He's going to Colby to pitch for a friend of mine, and Coach Carter actually texted me this weekend and asked about Jude, and I said, yeah, he looks great. Also, make sure you play him in center field a little bit because you're going to be stunned at how good he is. He's done that. He's pitched. He came out of the wrestling season with a little bit of a tender left shoulder. Took a little time to kind of get that exactly right. He wants to be perfect. He never wants to make a mistake. He struggles sometimes being, hard on himself because he wants to be perfect. But I'll tell you what he did to change our season more than anything. Attack the base path. Run every ball out hard. And it was actually his pressure in running a ball out hard that created an error after Griffin's walk. And it's a testament to kind of one step after another. Actually, Frank Gonzalez, who I've never smoked a cigar with, by the way, texted me and came to a game and texted me and said, "Man, your center fielder put some pressure on that team. It was early in the year, and that was the difference in the game." And so little things mean a lot, but he brings a lot of little things and a lot of big things. Great, great player. Jude Miller. So Nathan Snyder, this is off script, but I'll just tell you, I went up to him today and said, "You're a man. You're a man. You're special. You're special. You're a man." And he handles things like that. And I told him, you got to take a little time and think about what you want to do. The door is always open. I hope you play this summer. You take care of business the way you want to take care of it. You're a man, and I trust you, and you will always be welcome here. I hope he continues to play, and he's got to make that decision. But he's a magician in addition to that. And man, they almost had a collision up the middle on one, and he's going after every ball he can get. His fielding percentage was something like 98%. He catches everything. He finds a way to get it there in time. He can go get it in short outfield, go make a running catch. He can go turn a double play, go make a play to his left or to his right, a diving play. This is the type of player that he is. But in addition to that, he's a fire starter for us on offense. And it doesn't matter where you put him in the order. And he's been hitting leadoff lately, and I don't see that changing. But it didn't matter where he was in the order. He was going to come up with a high level, high quality at bat every single time, never giving in. And sometimes, you guys have watched him, sometimes it looks like he's hitting with a ping pong paddle, because he'll hit it over there and he'll hit it over there. Wherever they're not, that's exactly where he's going to hit it. And he's going to find some grass and come up with a big clutch RBI. So unbelievable year, Nathan, and second team all conference, you and Jude, and really proud of you guys. And last, Sean Toger, we talked about everything that he's accomplished on and off the field, and it's probably fitting that he had to give a speech about me, because I've been giving speeches about him all year and in all kinds of settings. But I can't wait to watch him play at Cal Bap. Mostly, I can't wait to finish this year off right. Have I mentioned that? And we're going to stay hungry. We got a great group here, but after that, I'm going to get like ESPN Plus, honey. You've got that on there. We're going to have to get whatever WAC network, whatever it is, and I'm going to watch every game until you're in the big leagues, because I firmly believe that's where you're going. And I got the dream, and I hope you do. And I know nobody outworks you. And I think he's one of the best combo players around Colorado, period, for a long period of time. I had an old friend of mine that I was teaching with over at Mountain View. He was teaching in Cheyenne, is where I got to know him. He's a football coach and been around this area forever. He's retired in 2 states. And he said, "Is that Toger? I think I've heard of that." And he recalled his dad, Martin, playing and winning state championships, and went on about what a great player that Martin was. And this guy right here, I know you feel the same way I do. This is what you want your kid to be. This is what kind of ball player you want. This is the kind of competitor you want. And not only were you a great player, Martin, but you raised a great player here, and 2 of them. And we're very blessed to have him. And I treat it like gold to have the opportunity to coach not only him, but all these young men right here. Just absolutely fabulous. So there you go, Fort Collins, Lambkins. All right, now we're gonna do a couple things real quick here. We give out a PAC award. The PAC award is for work ethic, team player, positive attitude, and desire to win. We give one of these awards out at every level of the program. So at the varsity level, we had a vote as a staff. We went in depth trying to figure out what to do, because you saw what we have here. It's unbelievable. And it ended up that we just could not break a tie. And so I went to the office and said, "Hey, we got two. We have 2 guys that exhibit exactly what you want, whether you're the number 1 person on the team or the 14th. And we had a mentality of 14 on 1 every day. And so I'd like to bring to the front the two varsity pack award winners. Please welcome back up here Matt Iverson. Come on up, bud. A senior, special kid. And then, along with him, Griffin Campaign, please come up. Again, these guys, this is team right here. This is a guy who's team right here. And we, like I said, we got a bunch of them. But again, Matt and Griffin, give them a hand. Now we'd like to bring up the JV winner. This guy was the do everything, multi-tool, tough guy. And he ended up having to be our catcher, Vicente Romero. And now we'll bring up our C Team award winner. Again, it's difficult. We had some great choices on both of these teams, but there was one young man that got everyone's attention, and that was Casey Stanford. Again, these guys, work ethic, just positive team attitude, team player, and a desire to win. So congratulations. All right, I'd now like to give a special award to Nathan Snyder. Come on up, Nate. Nathan Snyder is going to win our Gold Glove Award. And now I'd like to bring up Jude Miller for a special award. This is the Dirtbag Award. He is the toughest dude on our team. And now I'd like to give one more award to Sean Toger. This is the Silver Slugger Award. He led our team with a 512, 520 batting average. Was over 500 all season long. All right. Are you going to do the last two awards? You want me to do them? Okay. So now we would like to bring to the stage the award winners for our scholarship. And do you want to talk a little bit about that, or is that enough? We have a scholarship that we give out through our booster to, wait, you guys stay up here. That we give out to the leader of the team who exhibits it in the classroom and on the baseball field and in the dugout. Well, again, and not surprisingly, we could not break a tie this year. And so we are going to divide the scholarship, which is $500 each directly into their pockets. And we'd like to bring to the stage these two award winners, Max Bronson and Gino Maccarini. All right. These guys are special. Thank you for bearing with us a long night tonight. Stay hungry. Keep your uniforms. Let's put some holes in those uniforms. We've got 2 more weeks to do it. I want to thank everyone again for everything you've done. And we probably raised more money this year than any year. And we got a lot of other things we got to do over in the future. But I couldn't be more proud for what we've done to send this class out on the right note. And they're going to give us a lot of great memories in the next 2 weeks. So thank you very much, everyone.
Varsity kiddos, don't forget your yard signs. We have to be out by 11, so anyone wants to help clean, I'm down for that.